Bravo 20 is compromised, and there's no way out. 8 men, 200 kilometers behind enemy lines, a child who just sealed their fate. In January 1991, an SAS patrol code named Bravo 20 was inserted into the Iraqi desert on a mission to hunt Scud missiles. Within 48 hours, everything had gone catastrophically wrong. 3 would die, 4 would be captured and tortured, and 1 man would complete the longest escape and evasion in Special Forces history, walking 300 kilometers, that's roughly 186 miles for us Yanks, through freezing desert to reach Syria. This is their story. It's January 22nd, 1991. The Gulf War is 1 week old. Saddam Hussein is launching Scud missiles at Israel, and coalition command is terrified Israel will retaliate and shatter the fragile Arab alliance against Iraq. The solution? Send the SAS deep behind enemy lines to find and destroy the launchers. Bravo 20 is one of 3 patrols tasked with this mission. 8 operators under the command of Sergeant Andy McNabb, though that's not his real name. They'll carry 95 kilograms of equipment each. No vehicles, just boots, weapons, and a radio that will fail them when they need it most. But here's the detail that would doom the entire mission before it even started. Their intelligence was a soup sandwich. It was just dead wrong. Command told them the area was flat, empty desert, perfect for hiding. What they actually found was an occupied landscape. Iraqi military positions everywhere, civilian settlements, roads with constant traffic. The patrol had landed in the middle of an anthill. For the first 24 hours they lay motionless. In shallow scrapes they dug into the hard ground. Movement was suicide. They waited for nightfall to reposition. Then the weather turned. Temperatures plummeted below freezing. These men had packed for desert heat. Now they were shivering in inadequate gear, burning calories just trying to stay alive. Their radio couldn't establish contact with command. The wrong frequencies had been issued. They were alone. And they were about to be found. On January 24th, a young Iraqi goat herd wandered directly toward their position. Sergeant McNabb faced an impossible decision: kill the child and compromise their morality, or let him go and compromise the mission. They let him go. Within hours, Iraqi forces were converging on their location. The patrol was compromised. McNabb made the call, fighting withdrawal towards Syria, 120 kilometers northwest. The nightmare had begun. What followed was 3 days of running combat in freezing conditions. The patrol moved at night, navigating by stars, dodging Iraqi patrols. But the cold was relentless. Hypothermia set in. One operator, Sergeant Vince Phillips, collapsed. He couldn't continue. The patrol was forced to split. McNabb took 4 men and pushed toward a possible vehicle hijack. The others stayed with Phillips. It was the last time some of them would see each other alive. Here's where the story fractures, literally and historically. Vince Phillips died of hypothermia that night. He was the first. Trooper Stephen Leggs Lane became separated in the darkness. Suffering from severe hypothermia, he approached an Iraqi position, likely disoriented and seeking warmth. He was shot and killed. Corporal David Denbury was captured along with 3 others, including McNabb himself. What awaited them was 6 weeks of interrogation and torture in Baghdad. Beatings, mock executions, dental torture. But 1 man was still running. Trooper Chris Ryan had become separated during the initial split. Armed with 2 hand grenades and a pistol, with virtually no water and temperatures hitting -10°C at night, he made a decision. He would walk to Syria. For 7 nights, Ryan moved alone across the Iraqi desert. He drank water from radiators of abandoned vehicles. He ate nothing for days. He evaded countless Iraqi patrols. When his feet blistered so badly he could barely walk, he kept walking. On the 8th night, Chris Ryan crossed into Syria. He had traveled over 300 kilometers or 186 miles on foot. It remains the longest successful escape and evasion by any Special Forces operator in history. He lost 36 pounds. He was so dehydrated, his rescuers initially thought he might not survive. But he had made it. Meanwhile, in Baghdad, Andy McNabb and the other survivors were enduring torture that would leave lasting physical and psychological scars. They wouldn't be released until the war ended in March. Now here's where this story gets complicated, and why Bravo 20 remains controversial to this day. Both Andy McNabb and Chris Ryan wrote best-selling books about the mission. The problem? Their accounts don't match. McNabb's version emphasizes intense firefights, claiming the patrol killed dozens of Iraqi soldiers. Ryan's account is more reserved. Iraqi military records recovered after the war suggest the truth lies somewhere in between. Some former SAS operators have criticized both men for exaggerating, others defend them. But here's what no one disputes. 3 men died on that frozen desert. 4 endured torture and captivity. 1 walked an impossible distance to freedom. All 8 volunteered to go behind enemy lines knowing the risks. Bravo 20 has become the most famous and infamous SAS mission in modern history. It's taught in military academies as both an example of incredible resilience and a case study in what happens when intelligence fails. The Iraq War produced thousands of special operations missions. Most are still classified. But Bravo 20 endures because it captures something raw about what these operators actually face. Not just enemy bullets, but cold, hunger, impossible decisions, and the chaos that no amount of training can fully prepare you for. 8 men went in, 5 came home. If this story hit different, subscribe. I cover special operations units from around the world, the missions, the history, and the truth behind the legends. I'll see you in the next one.